Hello everyone, my name is Nina Iordanova. I am presenting the development of three-language digital platform for early childhood development screening PTESS preliminary parent self-check results. Thank you for your attention. From the beginning, I would like to say that during whole pandemic situation, we have reached a lot of potentials compared and connected to the digitalization of the whole world, the learning procedures, the therapeutic materials, the whole therapeutic material and the presentation, the online medicine, the online consultations. All this help parents and the patients and the clients, depend on which area we are working, to prepare themselves for a better structure of their own therapy and to prepare a better exit of this problematic situation they have. Meaning this, I would like to notify that digitalization of different tools could be used in different areas, such as assessment of emotional and social development of the child, or the development of the social skills, or measurement of the level of the communication, or measurement working for parents, or measurement reading, writing, working disabilities, reading, writing, mathematics potential of the children. There are different levels to use different kind of digital tools. Our team decided to prepare a digitalization of already existing model, which is called Pumpelina Therapeutic and Educational System. The system has scales. The system itself has been developed 10 years ago based on Münchener functional developmental diagnostic developed by Theodor Hellbrugge in Munich in Klinikum Grosshaden, based on Bailey scales for infant and toddler development, and of course based on Denver development. Comparing both these three developments, we have realized that every time that we are going to do a different kind of investigation of childhood behavior or a problematic area, we do all these two games. This is why I tried to force myself to find a theory that is based of childhood development, looking through his own place that appears in different years. And I have found that kind of theory in the Penelope child game theory. Based on that, I have developed 4 scales for the age 0 to 12 months for the first, second, and the fourth year of the child. All these models have been verified, have been used during these 10 years, over 8,000 patients, and now they are digitalized and they are prepared for working through a platform, special platform that we have developed. For the base, we use the WordPress because it's one of the most user-friendly digital platforms. And the other reason to use and to choose WordPress is that there are a lot of add-ons that could be developed for the WordPress for the special items and tools that we need. So we also asked a group of scientists to develop such an add-on to help us, and we prepared all the 159 items of all the PTSS scales, and we have organized them in 4 questionnaires. For the first, for the second, for the third, and for the fourth life of the child. What is interesting to mention is that the platform is developed on 2 sides. On the one side, this is the platform that is used for specialists, for speech and language therapists, psychologists, or social workers. It looks like that. It's in Bulgarian because it is developed for Bulgarian population. What you see now on your screens is this is a questionnaire about the feedings. These are questionnaire about the 4th years, 3rd years, 2nd years, and the 4th years based on the mentioned scales called PTSS. The other good things of the platform for the specialists that they can follow separate items. For example, what you see here, this is a part of the 40 questionnaire for the 30 years of the child year. And what's written here is offer the parents to play comparative games, could win the game, accept the loss, understand sewing, color with different, with specified proportion, can place with the root, with the puzzle from 48 pieces, and do memory games. So all of this continues according to the insistence of the different types and kinds of the child play through all over these years, and will be filled from the specialist and is observing the child. Whenever the specialist reach the observation, he enters the platform. This is the part he can choose the questionnaire. This is the part when he can start the quiz, and this is the documentation he can use, such as help files, facts, questions and answers, and of course, his own documentation about already done tests and questionnaire for the different patients. Here is the fulfill forms for the patient, based especially on the name and the date of birth and the email of the parents, so the parents could be easily recognized and could not cover over each other because of the equalization of possible equalization of the same names of the children. Now, whenever they enter the platform, they could choose the language. The platform is translated on 3 languages. It is in Bulgarian, English, and Greek. You are looking now at the Greek version we are working on. And whenever they enter the platform, they need to choose the patient. This is the Bulgarian version. They can write down the name of the patient, his age, the telephone number of the parent, and the email of the parent, so to be easily recognizable. The second part of the platform that is more interesting for us is the so-called platform for self-check, parent self-check. This is a special developed questionnaire based again on our own system, Pompelina Educational and Training System for observation of child development of learning abilities through play. So all this platform, as I mentioned already, it has 4 ages of scales. Based on each scale, we have developed different questionnaire, especially for the parents. The parent is capable to go through the questionnaire, fill the results, and of course, receive a feedback for the development of his own child. We started the trial on the platform on the 1st of June 2024, and we spread the questionnaire among few customers, and we received the feedback because it was a trial. Then we need to fix, of course, some recommendations and some bugs, as usually as every system that has been developed. And we started the platform and we reopened it on the 1st of September in 2029, after, of course, the correction and reorganization of the questionnaires. Till now, the questionnaires for the parent self-check are available only in Bulgarian. This is the main page. What's written here is observation of the child development of abilities to learn through play. And when the parent enters in this section, then he finds the 4 different scales for the first stage. For example, this is the whole first stage. Based on the parents' recommendation from the trial group, we divided the whole first age on 4 separated questionnaires because we would like to be more correct, corresponding to the child abilities on this age, which are very important and they go very different from month to month. So the first scale you see, as I said, still in Bulgarian, is the scale 0 to 3, 3 to 6, 6 to 9, and 9 to 12 months. Whenever the parents enter the scale, he has approximately the same look as the specialist you have already seen. So he needs to fill the name of the child, his own email and telephone number. The good thing is that because the email and the telephone number could be reached in our system, the specialist could find in the system if there is some kind of information of parent self-check for his own patients and compare them. After the parents fill this field, then he goes to the next slide and then he starts answering the questions. To do the conclusions of the possibilities and our work, the meaningful work, what is it? Is it good to use for the parents? Will it be helpful for them? We now are looking at the preliminary results that are made. Of course, these results, I need to say, they are till February 2023. For now, they are tripled. All the results you've seen, they're tripled for now. So the average point is 20 to 28. And in the self-check parent scale, the parents that have fulfilled it have reached the results as you've seen. What is interesting that there is no negative feedback received from no parent, neither from the scale 0 to 3, neither for the rest of 4 scales. Which is very good because we have received only possible and positive feedback because of the feedback that we are sending to the parents. What parents received after when they fulfill these self-check questionnaires, they receive an email, and in this email they have their own results. Of course, they have different kinds of recommendations. Depend on here which percentage coverage of the age they do have reached, and based on this, they receive different kind of recommendation to do some things at the family they can fit alone by themselves, or to go as soon as possible to visit some typical specialist that is needed for their particular child for the particular problem. What is interesting to be mentioned from the preliminary results is the deviation that we have noticed in the parents that have reached the coverage between 80 and 60%. In the months, in the scales from 6 to 9 months and 9 to 12 months. And the deviation is based about the communication development and mealtime gains, as you see on the next slide. Of course, it's the same here. And this is because for our point of view, this is because of the influence of the surroundings and the influence of the parents' self behavior, understanding, culture, social abilities, communication skills, and depend on that if the child is raised only by parents, single parents or double parents, or there is also people that are helping raising the child, such as grandmother or nannies or somebody else, if assistant, if needed. What would we like to do in the future? Because we have seen how useful is to have the scale for the specialist in the 3 languages, in Bulgarian, Greek, and English language. Now we are planning to translate also the self-questionnaire for the parents in the different languages to help our colleagues in Greek and English speaking environment to use the scales. We are using the procedure you are looking at the moment in your scales to fix the translation and to be sure that the scales will be understood in the same way in the different countries. As a conclusion of our presentation and our article, I would like to say that probably somehow the COVID pandemic brings us something good. The good thing is that the parents change themselves a lot, and they start reading and listening and focusing on their own child. And this is unfortunately for the duration of the lockdown in the different countries. Also, the therapeutic teams in the different countries, especially in our country, start focus on the digitalization because of the long distance, because of the impossibility of one-on-one, face-to-face talk and the therapy. And of course, all this bring to us the meaning of the general data protection requirements that we need, all of us need to follow, because the internet and the digital platforms, they can be as well very useful and as well very dangerous. So we need to protect the data from our old patients. But in conclusions, I'd like to say that such kind of digitalizations of different tools, platforms for teaching, for therapy, for self improvement, they will become more and more in the future years because of the increased interest of specialists and scientists in that area. Thank you for your attention. Now, if you have any questions, thank you.